Bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees. Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. I'm glad that everybody's tuned in and ready to fucking rock. Oop, probably shouldn't cuss in the first 10 minutes. My bad.
That was great.
What
happened? Oops.
Hey, Nick, I was just messing with you.
That's exactly how that happens.
Thank you for joining myself, Cecil, Tully, and Morgana as we explore some strange news today, and then we're going to get into some. In the second half of the show, we're going to be talking about some weird phrases and some weird words and watching some videos.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Do it. So, let's go ahead and get started with what's going on with Campbell's Soup.
Hit it.
A former employee of Campbell's Soup Company, Robert Garza, has filed a lawsuit alleging retaliation after he reported discriminatory and derogatory remarks from Martin Bailey, the company's vice president of information technology. The incident stems from a secret audio recording Garza made during January of 2025 meeting with Bali, where the executive reportedly unleashed an hour-long tirade. In the recording, Bali allegedly disparaged the company's soup as unhealthy. Shit for poor people, is what he says. Claims he avoided eating the product himself due to its poor quality and mocked customers who rely on it as being from a low-income backgrounds. He also made inflammatory comments about colleagues, including racist slurs against Indian employees, such as calling them effing idiots who couldn't think for themselves, and boasted about arriving at work under the influence of marijuana. Well, at least he does one cool thing, right? No, I'm joking. You shouldn't smoke weed.
Not at work. Not at work.
Bali further criticized the company's supply chain, falsely asserting that its chicken products involved bioengineering meat from 3D printers, despite the company's use of the USDA-approved antibiotic-free chicken from the U.S. suppliers. I mean, it would be antibiotic-free, right? If they print it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just
Very
seems.
true.
I don't know. We keep seeing stuff like this, and nothing ever happens to these people.
Yeah. Exactly. No, something happened to Robert Garza. He got fired. I mean, so
yeah.
He's the whistleblower.
Well, yeah, the whistleblower always gets just like tomorrow we're going to be talking a little bit about Snowden again because it's relevant, but it's just like that. Somebody who's literally trying to look out for us as people just getting absolutely destroyed by corporate.
And what about calling it shit for poor people? I mean, yeah, it is. And if I made a product, I'd eat it, no matter how much wealth I had.
Well, I mean, hey, Landa, around the holidays, I mean, everybody uses Campbell's Soup or, a variation thereof. I mean, because there are just so many dishes that it's easy to throw a can of soup into. I mean, I keep cans of it because, it's a quick and easy fix for some stuff.
Facebook will be all right later.
And how many recipes? Oh, we changed something tonight, Landa. See if you can actually search for Where in the Folk.
It is live because I just went and checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if you don't already follow the Where in the Folk page, we switched it over so we weren't able to comment back to Facebook. We were having trouble with that.
Yeah.
I like some Campbell's soup, not anymore. I was
gonna say I grew up eating that beef and barley. My grandmother kept it. It was like a staple in her house for while the grandkids came over. She'd make grilled cheeses and beef and barley soup, but I'll just stick with the store brand.
Yeah. And so there's a chunky line of hearty meat-like soups from Campbell's here.
Well,
you got Swanson's.
Yeah, I was just gonna. These are all sub companies that Campbell's owns.
Yep. Swanson, Pace, Prego, V8, SpaghettiOs, Pepperidge Farms, Goldfish. They own all the Goldfish or just the snacks?
The snacks.
Oh, okay. Snyder's of Hanover, Late July, Cape Cod, Kettlebrand, Arnott's, Kelson Group, Plum Organics, Habitat. Wrong.
It's Canadian.
Yeah. Michelangelo's, Noosa.
It breaks my heart that they got a hold of Rouse.
See, me too, because I love their sauces.
Yeah.
They've got some really good ones, and it doesn't have a lot of junk in it.
Apparently it does.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bolthouse Farms and Garden Fresh Gourmet. So all these companies. So basically anything you can buy at Walmart is that's something like that. There's really no alternative, is there? Because even the Great Value brand, they just kind of slap a different sticker on it.
Yeah. I would just stay away from it as much as possible. I mean, it's the 3D printed meat. There's people all over the internet being like, they're not they're not lab grown meat for this because lab grown meat's super expensive. It's 3D printed meat, meaning that they probably just get like a paste and form it into those cubes that are going into, and making your own. That would be a good alternative.
I do have several recipes for making like dried cream of chicken and different ones that I've got geared up to try. So I'll let you know how that goes.
The Rouse thing happened last year, Crystal. It was an acquisition, another, big private equity acquisition. Private equity owns all these companies. It's not like Campbell's or some boogeyman. If you Google top 3 shareholders of Campbell's, it's going to be BlackRock and Vanguard, and probably one of the, there's a few other ones that can go into third place, but that's the real intellectual circle jerk is the private equity.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but my big dog just brought my blanket in here and dropped it off and left. He must think I'm cold. That's weird.
It is cold.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. He's never done that before. But yeah, it is weird. I mean, it's sometimes like I've never liked the fajita chicken strips you buy.
Yeah.
Like, I've never liked any of that. Like, I don't know. It all tastes weird. It all tastes processed. And it is. It's all goop. And then it's pushed out.
Yes. It's just formed into that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and you can use no biotic chicken, like say, put it into a paste or whatever, because those little chunks of chicken and cream of chicken soup are not naturally shaped chunks of chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken has a very distinct texture. So.
Oh.
Yep.
I get Stephen early today.
He said he's going to be late.
Dude.
I thought we were going.
Baby. You're getting so big.
Yeah, this is huge. Stevie,
Yes.
step over.
It's so big.
Not again.
Uh-oh.
They're all there.
There you go.
Everybody's getting Showtime tonight.
That's right. That's exactly right. Hey,
Uh,
that's awesome. Happy Thanksgiving.
yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You
Happy
gonna wave,
Thanksgiving.
Frankie? You gonna wave? You gonna wave?
There you go. I'm just going to sit
Your
here.
hair is a flipping mess. Come on, David. Come on. Go on over.
All right. So it looks like you've had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Awesome.
You want to do one? Nah, you can leave the light on. It'll be fine. You can see my Bigfoot back there in the back.
Baby, leave the lights turned on.
Yeah.
So, this one I really loved when I saw it was the EPA has approved PFAS to be sprayed onto our fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
another instance. There is no government agency that have our best interest in heart, and
Hell no.
we're going to get into that tomorrow too. I've kind of got the chronology of how they've all been lobbied to death over the last 50 years to put all this poison and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing, like I said, they finally start easing away from Roundup in this country because it's been banned overseas for years. So now they've got to come in with a new one. And I don't know this, but what are the odds that it's the same parent company?
Mm-hmm.
Just an observation. So they approved the use of cycloceram, a pesticide qualified as a per and polyfluoralate a PFAS, commonly known as a forever chemical, due to its extreme persistence in the environment and potential to accumulate over time. This is the second such approval in 2 weeks, following another one that allows chemicals to be applied to a wide array of food crops, including oranges, tomatoes, almonds, peas, oats, romaine, broccoli, potatoes, carrots, squash, eggplant, peaches, and grapes. The EPA argues that the pesticide provides farmer with an effective tool against pests like the Colorado potato beetle and Asian citrus psyllid, potentially boosting crop yields while posing no significant human health risks when used as directed. However, the agency has faced sharp criticism from environmental groups who contend that the decision overlooks long-term damages such as contamination of soil, water, and produce, especially in water-rich fruits and vegetables where PFAS uptake is higher.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one other thing.
Thing is, PFAS exposure is also linked to health issues, including certain cancers, reproductive harm, liver damage, weakened immune function, developmental delays in children. If they want to find somewhere that maybe autism is getting started at, I don't think it's Tylenol. I think it's crap like this that they're putting in our food systems.
It's all it may be a combo. Who knows? That's the problem here is anytime there's even a rumor of something being poisonous, it should be cutting it all out. We're cutting it all out until we have a proper case study. And we'll figure it out, whether it's right or wrong. And nobody ever does that until you get a situation like, what was it? It was the dark waters thing that initially got PFAS out of our cooking.
Right.
And it literally took somebody with basically taking a crowbar to the government to even get a word in. And saying we have a huge problem here, and there's evidence of people dying from this stuff.
Right. Well, and my thing is, and like I said, not saying that long-term use of Tylenol can't cause damage. We know it causes liver damage if you use it outside of the recommended dosage. Being a person who used to get prescription dosages of NSAIDs, I take those over the counter by the handful, which technically you're not supposed to do, but how much Tylenol do you have to take for it to affect development? It's not something people take every day. Whereas food, on the other hand, is something you eat every single day. So to me, that's going to have a way more profound effect.
It also, if you remember, it's been 2 years now. So we're about 2 years into all of they approved mRNA for all those animals. So there's all the mass produced chicken and hogs and beef. There are farmers that like the coalition, the cattle coalitions and stuff, dairy coalitions that are refusing to do that. But we keep getting the short end of the stick with like chemicals in the food, chemicals in the animals. And whenever and what happened after all of that, we've had how many outbreaks of bird flu and other diseases, and nobody's stopping to say, hey, is any of this stuff connected? Like, why did we have to cull 2 million cows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's stopping to ask any questions. They just greenlight this stuff.
Yeah. I wish you guys lived closer because I could supply all 4 of our families with eggs right now.
Really?
My chickens started laying, and I'm getting right now. I'm getting a half a dozen a day, and I have 13 chickens. So only today for the first time we got 7 in one day. So we've got a new layer. So I still have about 6 more.
That sounds awesome.
Laying. Oh yeah. I mean, but like I said, if y'all were closer, because I'm not going to ship eggs to y'all because I just don't trust our postal service. I work with them every day. Eggs are not a good thing to ship.
Yeah, it'd be a great time for you to start the carnivore diet, Morgana.
Right. Well, my nutritionist is always on me because I don't eat enough protein. And 2 mornings this week, I got up and cooked eggs and cooked bacon, and I felt so much better than like getting up and making a bowl of grits, even though I love grits, but that's still just a pure, simple carb and everything. So yes, that's, the holidays is a bad time to try to work in dieting, but my plan is to try to start, on the weekends, I could easily cook eggs and just warm them up throughout the week. Same with bacon,
Yeah, grits. I always have to have grits whenever I go to Waffle House.
Oh yeah, I love grits. They're one of my favorite. They're my comfort food when I'm sick and don't feel good. Mine's grits.
Oh, man, I'm glad you brought up Waffle House. Yesterday, my wife and I got into a heated argument over the fact that she thinks IHOP is better than Waffle House.
Get out of here!
What?
No way.
Well,
Standing right there, she knows she's wrong.
Okay,
that's absurd. Like, that's literally absurd.
Given a choice, I'm going to Waffle House hands down every time. The one thing they have at IHOP that I like is they do a bacon eggs Benedict that has avocado and tomatoes and bacon, and it is phenomenal. But if you ask me where I want to go, I'm going to tell you Waffle House every time.
If this tells you anything, I live in an area where restaurants don't just go out of business regularly, and there was an IHOP here for less than 2 years, and it closed.
Yeah,
we had one for over 10 years, and Mo and I decided to go there a few weeks ago, and he goes, "They're going to be packed." I'm like, "No, they're not. It's Sunday. They're going to be packed." We got there. Yeah, they were packed and closed down and moved on.
Yeah. This one closed less than 2 years after it opened. But you know what's been strong for probably 30 years?
Yep.
The Waffle House.
Hey, Mississippi Gulf Coast has the only double-decker Waffle House in the country.
That's cool.
It is. And it's beautiful. I've eaten at it. It's actually, I've never been into what you would call a clean, pristine Waffle House, but it was brand new when I went in it. So
cleanliness isn't what makes it delicious.
I know.
Yeah,
there's a certain ambiance that Waffle Houses have. You know it. You expect it. I mean, if you went to New Orleans, if you go into most places in New Orleans, you have to wonder how they pass health inspections because they're in 200-year-old buildings that are not up to code.
Well, I do want to plug and say they had little placards today that said "Waffle Home for the Holidays," and they've got boggins, they've got Stanley cups, they've got socks, they've got pickleball rackets. They've got blankets. They've got all the Waffle House branded stuff you could ever want. The boggins look great. I'm thinking about getting one. They got hoodies. So if you don't know what to get your significant other and you don't want to get the amazing honey that we are selling, go get yourself some Waffle House merch.
I'm 100% getting her a Waffle House boggin.
Hey,
Hey,
look,
do you remember several weeks ago we were talking about food, and I forget who it was that had gotten on and was talking about all the off the wall stuff he had tried around the world, and he did the one about the chicken eggs that had the partially the actual baby chicken in the egg, and they cooked them and ate them.
Oh, yeah.
that sounds terrible. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
we looked it up. Well, actually, I work with a girl who absolutely loves that. Now, the
Seriously?
reasoning being, yeah, her grandmother is Vietnamese, so she grew up eating it. It's an actual big thing in that culture. And I'm like, oh my
Feather,
God. Huh?
feather beak, toenails, the whole deal, huh?
Yeah, just the whole partially. And I'm like, ugh. So yeah, and because the other girl in the room, she said, because something was said about eating weird stuff, and she goes, "Oh, I grew up with it." She threw the name out, and I'm like, "That's the word I was looking for." And Megan's like, "What is that, Brittany? You just got to look it up." And Megan looks it up, and she goes, "Oh my God!" She goes, "Oh, it's so good." And I'm like, "Okay, it's all about your culture. I get that, but y'all can keep it."
May as well eat the shell at that point.
But like I said, there are things that we eat that people around the world just think's disgusting, but it's not partially grown baby eggs.
Oh no, I could get behind it. I like fried eggs with chicken.
You ain't right, Cecil.
Yeah. Oh no, it's delicious.
I do not eat chicken and eggs together. It's one of those just
if I'm going to devour, I'm going to devour the whole family. I ain't playing.
Are you getting this experience at IHOP?
I would love that experience at Waffle House.
You're not getting that experience at IHOP. I'm sorry.
No, you are not.
I probably told this story before, but me and this guy I used to hang out with, we went to a Waffle House after a long night drinking, and this probably wouldn't be accepted at IHOP, but we made it rain on a waitress like at a strip club, and she was like in her 50s, and she's going, yeah, like that. She was loving it.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
A wholesome moment. Hang on, I'll pull up a different version. Let me see.
We had a good time. It was fun.
Sounds like it.
Life is so serious. Occasionally, you need to just have those moments.
She was awesome, though. She deserved it.
I'll be honest with you. I cannot recall a bad wait staff experience at the Waffle House. I'm sure I have, and I don't recall it, because when you walk in, everybody yells, "Hey!" You get waited on immediately. I mean, it's awesome.
I've seen some crazy stuff go down at Waffle Houses. I've been kicked out of a Waffle House before.
I've never been kicked out of one.
In my youth, I was kicked out of one. I spit on their window.
That ain't no good.
We were kicked out of the Mexican restaurant on our wedding night, but it had nothing to do with me or Mo. It was everybody else with us. If we'd have left one of each couple at home, we'd have had a great night. Yep.
That's the way it goes. Let's see. So, segue here.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm about to play something.
Okay.
Very, very unserious.
For Crystal.
For Crystal, yes.
Okay.
All right. This is a different vibe. Same sort of. Well, same vibe, different scene is what I'm gonna say for this one. This is in Dayton, Ohio.
I'm Mr. Chico Stick. I This is an average night in a Waffle House, and I didn't realize how many people do not understand why I wear this uniform with pride. I wore this to the grocery store out here in Los Angeles today. I had 2 people stop me with tears in their eyes. I'm like, where did you get that? At ease, soldier. Not out here. This is from back home. And they're like, please send my regards. My friend was so nice to me. He's like, what was that? What is going on? I'm like, you don't get it. Waffle House is an ethereal experience, man. Depending on when you go. See, they hire differently for the time of day. The people that they hire for the morning shift, they ask, hey, do you know how to read? And if they can, they get hired. For the people they hire for the evening shift, the 3 a.m. shift on a Saturday night, they're like, hey, can you fight? And if they can, you're hired. It's a different experience. What you saw in that video, that was the 3 a.m. Saturday night shift. In another video I find, I'll show you what the afternoon shift looks like. Completely different crowd. This is an average.
That's great.
I
Couldn't
can get
ask for
behind
a better
that.
experience. You ain't getting that at IHOP.
Nope, no, you are not.
Wow,
Oh my God. Okay, your segue, Cecil.
This feller, I can't say his name, his last name's Yusuf, owner of Promise Health Services in Minnesota, was accused of creating a massive Medicaid fraud scheme which siphoned over $7.2 million from the state's program for vulnerable, elderly, and disabled residents. Charged in 2024 with 1 count of racketeering and 6 counts of aiding and abetting theft by swindle. You swindler, you.
Swindle.
Yeah.
That's pretty unserious.
Yeah. Yusuf allegedly ran the home health care company out of a shared mailbox on Minneapolis Central Avenue along several other dubious agencies. Prosecutors presented evidence of fraudulent documentation, overbilled claims for personal care assistance services that recipients denied receiving, unlawful kickbacks, and diversion of funds to a lavish lifestyle, including a $22,000 on luxury furniture, $80,000 on designer clothing, and a $42,000 on high-end cars for himself and his wife. $42,000 for high-end cars? That don't sound right.
No.
But
Well, you know what's crazy? I'm totally about to derail this conversation because you said 40,000.
yeah.
So back in the day, there was like an equivalent of a Chevy Cavalier that Honda made called the Prelude.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember it.
Okay, so they're bringing back the Honda Prelude, and the dude's sitting in the back seat of the new one, and he's probably a 6-foot tall guy, and they can't close the back hatch because of his head in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And this car it starts out at I think $45,000.
No
Yeah.
way.
So you've got a Cavalier equivalent sized Honda that's going to start out in the 40s. And I don't see it. Like, who's buying this stuff? Like,
I want to say unequivocally, I have not spent $80,000 on clothing in my entire life. If I start from birth
no.
and go to now, I'm not
Right.
even close to 80,000.
I
You-
bet I spent at least $1,100 since birth on clothes.
1,100, I could get behind.
Did you ever have a Cavalier, Cecil?
No, I had a Tempo. It was actually spacious though. 1992 Ford Tempo.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
there was a different version. There was the Cavalier and then another Chevy at the same time.
I had a Corsica.
Oh,
Remember
The
Corsica?
Lumina.
Oh yeah, I had the Lumina. Yeah,
You had the Lumina because it was a different color than my grandma's. You had like a reddish maroon color.
Yeah, but the Lumina was kind of a mid-size.
yeah.
That thing was a boat.
Yeah.
I did have a celebrity like no, I don't know how you knew that. But fun fact: between the ages of 13 to 21, I had maybe like 18 cars.
And he would do stupid things with them too. You know, this is so unserious, and we'll stop talking about ourselves when people stop laughing at it. But we got swatted in the drive-through of a Taco Bell in Nashville in this
Hippo.
No, that was it was the Corsica or the Lumina.
It was the Tempo because the Tempo had seatbelts for everybody.
Well, it was missing a headlight is the reason we got swatted. But I'm talking like we're in the drive-thru of Taco Bell waiting to get our food.
There were 6 people in this car.
And there's cars. Imagine you just ran from the police, like those videos where there's like 18 police cars that roll up. There was cars and police cars coming from every direction to stop the car from moving. And they had bulletproof vests on and like running up to the windows, guns drawn. And the detective was like, "You're not going to believe this. They've all got seatbelts on." But it was because this car was so beat up and we just left a heavy metal show.
Yeah.
No.
Fun fact, the next day I was driving in town and the motor mount fell out from under it. And the motor broke the drive shaft and I couldn't steer while I was driving down the road.
And we had just drove to Nashville and back the day before.
Oh, Crystal, the Geo Metro. My ex sister-in-law, her mom owned one. She was, a 5'3", 135 pounds. Her husband and her son were both over 6'4" and probably 350. They would sit in the front 2 seats all the way back and be shoulder to shoulder, and then you just see her face between them in the back seat. And it got 50 miles to the gallon, damn it.
I want a Geo Metro now. Like,
yeah.
Now. But that's a thing. Like when we went car shopping, like the main thing that we was looking for was something I could fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you may not know this since I'm so small on your TVs, but I'm massive. I'm a massive, tall wise and width wise.
Yeah.
And it like there's cars I can't get in. Like,
you want to hear something crazy? I was so the new Camrys go back so far that I can't touch the pedals good in the front seat.
A Camry?
A Camry. I was in a Camry, and it's got more room than the Broncos.
Nice.
Like
Really?
more leg room. Yeah, it's crazy. They've really balled out on the Camrys, I think.
Oh, man.
Landa, my first car was a 78 Ford Pinto. And it survived me, my husband, our best friend, and both of my little brothers during our party years.
Well, yeah, we were another car that everybody had, like my grandma had. You remember those old box style Oldsmobiles that were like the 80s ones?
The 88s.
Everybody had those.
Yeah, I love those. I want one of those now too. I seen one in perfect condition the other day, silver, like old school, $4,500. Perfect condition.
When you feel really old, every year we have the biggest car show in the country called Cruising the Coast. I think last year we had 20,000 registered antique cars. That's not counting the others that just show up. And when you start seeing the cars you grew up around in Cruising the Coast, because it's all antique cars, God, you feel old. Because, I'll look over and see, something from the 80s and like, what the hell is that doing in here? And I'm like, okay, well, that was 50 years ago. So I guess it belongs here.
That's nothing. They do a summer nights cruise over here in Somerset, and they do it every weekend. You see cars from the early 2000s and that with antique tags.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, if I still had that Cherokee, I could get an antique tag for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those box body Cherokees were awesome. They stopped making them in 2001.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Man,
Well, we got one more news story.
all right.
A new fresh news story. This one's kind of crazy. Texas men have been, shout out Landa, indicted for planning to invade Haiti and take women and children as sex slaves. 2 young men from North Texas, Gavin Rivers Weisenberg, 21 of Allen, and Tanner Christopher Thomas, 20 of Argyle, were indicted in the East District of Texas on federal charges of conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country, along with production of child pornography. And this is according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, that they allegedly plotted from August 2024 to July 2025 to lead an unlawful invasion. I don't know how to pronounce that island, but it's a Haitian territory, with the explicit goal of staging a coup, enacting a genocide, and enslaving women and children to fulfill some fantasies that they had. The scheme involved meticulous planning, including research of firearms, ammunition, learning Haitian Creole, and Thomas enlisting in the U.S. Air Force to acquire military training, all while producing explicit child sexual abuse material as part of their preparations. Which I think is because it's not really like we don't have thought crime, so it may not be a crime to think of all of this stuff, like of invading another country or whatever. But if they're producing child sexual material, like that's the huge problem here. But they, so I guess the island that they're wanting to take control of is 288 square miles, and they have around 2,000 residents. But the FBI, the Air Force, and the Salina Police Department uncovered this whole plot through the child material. But they face 15 to 30 years for the child pornography offense. Not enough.
No.
But they can't really do much about the plot because, you know, it's a thought crime.
I think there should be a line on where thought crimes become real crimes, and this is it.
Well, yeah.
You know,
I mean, there's tangible evidence here. This isn't just thought crime.
Right, because they have plotted and planned. I mean, they had a plan in place. Joining the military, learning the language, you know, I think that goes a little bit, you've crossed a line there because you're actively planning this. My son made a good point. Now they should go drop the two of them off on that island with and let everybody know why they're there and just see if they can make it on their own.
Yeah. Wish them the best of luck.
That's it. That's exactly right.
I think if they had a legitimate plan to get there, it should be considered.
Well, yeah, the moment that you bought tickets to go, like that.
How are they going to? Well, how are they going to even get there with all their weaponry and things like that? You know,
because they were supposed to have, and from what I remembered reading, they were actually planning on like hiring mercenaries to help them go in and get it, do all this crap. But this is what's wrong with the world: is people like this don't get enough time. There are not enough consequences.
Yeah. The priorities are backwards. We're focusing on keeping people in prison for weed and stuff like that. And well, there's a whole big problem with this, and we'll get into this more tomorrow because we're going to be talking about the whole infrastructure that they have to listen to us. But
200th anniversary.
Yeah, the 200th episode's tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight's not 200. It's 199.9.
Yes.
Wednesday wasn't 200 either. It's 199.5.
Yes.
Most people take off on holidays, but we give you 3.
Yeah. We did take off for the holiday.
We're giving you a full day's worth of content this week.
Oh, I want to lodge a complaint publicly. My husband was on social media Wednesday night, and he goes, "What are your boys doing on with some other guy?"
Oh yeah.
Like, what?
Oh, yeah. He came from the Congo.
I was like, really? And I just walked in because I was cooking and just kind of glanced over his shoulder. I'm like, that must be the ever absent foreigner.
Yep. Yep. He popped on and we were like, oh.
So I wasn't replaced then.
Nope.
He shocked me. I didn't know he was coming.
He's our lost host.
Yeah.
And yes,
Well,
Linda, that is true in so many cases of this kind of stuff. It's because nobody would love them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let's see. Do you want to cue us up something to watch while we're breaking, Cecil?
I usually plan those things.
If not, I can throw something up.
Yeah, throw something up. Yeah.
We can play. I'm going to play the 4RBs guy.
Okay.
All right. You come back, go get you a drink. We'll be back in 16 minutes.
Well, I'm watching ads right now.
Ads. Maybe they'll pay us.
Okay. Let me get this full screened here. Was that? I'm reading Landa's comment.
Oh, Wednesday. I guess Hadley has a show Wednesday too.
Yeah, they do Watching Weird every Wednesday.
Oh no. Well, that was a bonus episode. We don't normally do that.
Didn't know that. Oops.
All right. Anywho. All right. We'll see you all in 15 minutes. If somebody comes in, tell them it's not live. Did you just
of dealing with debit and credit and dealt with a fairly heavy banking company here in Canada and developed a company called Tangerine, which is fully in existence in Canada. I was able to exit out of there in 2008, but my passion was always was in the sacred geometry, and I'll get more specific. What happened was I noticed that specific geometric forms were not only completely fully in nature, whether it be in beehives, flowers, or in the constructs of mushrooms, it didn't really matter. And then also it crossed into all religions. So in every formal religion, whether it be Christianity, Muslim, Hebrew, it all had the same. It's all in their churches, and we'll show you that later on. It's all integrated because really it's talking about nature itself. And we're dealing with the principles of the flower of life, but also what's construct known as the star tetrahedron. It's what you see on the Jewish flag. It's the six-pointed star. And these numbers and these constructs are massively important in nature. And that's what excited me so much that I started to pursue nonstop for the next 5 years from 2008 into discovering what they really meant and how they correlated with quantum physics. And so that I'll kind of stop it there and let you pick it up, and then we can show a lot more about what we're talking about and show then how we were using it, because I first started using it with just figuring out what it did. But then the absolute excitement is that on a cellular level, whether it's us or any organic, it could be insects, reptiles, it all affects us at a cellular level, and it's what we need to survive and exist on a frequency basis. So that was where I started to go from, and then I started to develop, and then I found out that by using these geometric forms and then holding the frequency, just like you do where we're using cell phones or we're using all of these communication devices, they're amazing for communicating, but they're not good for our cells. They don't work well on the bodies and stuff. So this is the problem. Well, this is the reverse of that. This is where we're getting frequencies that the bodies and that organisms absolutely love. And we're talking at plant level too. So I'll kind of stop it there and then let you guys pick up, what you'd like to portray to your audience.
got you? I'll let one of you go. I've got a ton of questions, but I'll let somebody else go first.
Yes, it's absolutely fascinating to me, the device that you've come up with that benefits the hive the way that it does, and without trying to get anything in trouble or anything like that or something like that. It's not only good for bees, but it's also been beneficial to other things, so to speak, I guess. Don't mean to be too vague with it, but
I think what Stephen's saying is this started out as you started out like down the road of a medical device, right?
right.
Yeah, like what I first was massively interested in is, first of all, why is this this in nature, this geometric forms is why it was everywhere. And what I found out, it really, when we were looking at these things, and bear this in mind when we go on, you're really looking at a two-dimensional of a three-dimensional object, which is the atom itself, which the atom itself, just so your audience knows, it's in every single thing that exists, not only living, but non-living, and solar system, beyond galaxy. So we really are all made of the same stuff, but we just vibrate at different frequencies. So what I found out was that at a cellular level on all organisms, and we can show this later on, which will be exciting, under mitosis, when all of you that are watching first started out as a single-celled object, the first thing you did when you went into mitosis and split, you went into the flower of life. And so did every creature, every animal. And so that's the blueprint. That is that's the blueprint of where everything comes from. So now, what do we want to do? That led me to, if that's the case, then how do we affect the cells? In other words, if that's where it comes from, that's what feeds them. It's the opposite of, say, radiation or or chemo and those things. So what that is so if all of us were exposed to radiation right now, you wouldn't feel a thing. But 2 weeks from now, all of a sudden cancer cells are forming and so forth. This is the opposite. So as you're exposed to this frequency, the cells take it in as food. They just start to build up, and it builds your immune system. Right. So, but the problem that I had in the early days was, how do I, once I found the geometric form or the construct for the frequency, how do I hold it? In other words, because it's always dissipating. So how do I hold it in place? And how I did that was with magnetism. Magnetism is the earth magnets. It's what everything drives from. So what I did is I picked the highest form of magnets, which are neodymium magnets. And why? Because their degradation or their weakness is over a 20-year period as opposed to 1 year. So that pure wave cell will be as strong 19 years from now as it is today, whereas weaker magnets would burn out in maybe a year or two. So what I did then is I had to be able to take that geometric form, which is the flower of life struck, and I had to be able to form it perfectly in its form to get that frequency that the cells respond to. And then get the magnets cut in that form so that the magnets, each one of them, is a 4,000 Gauss strength, and coming together is 48,000 Gauss strength in that cell. And those magnets want to come together. They'll take your fingers off when they snap together. So I don't let them. I hold them down and force them to do this. They create that geometric frequency all around it. And that's what radiates out of the pure wave cell and affects the cells. And so I started out, as you were saying, with people and medically, and I built a lab, and in the lab we'd have people, and we were testing and getting fabulous results. But this, all of you will appreciate that. Then it became, because of my background, corporate, I became aware the more success that I started to have in the medical world, the more problems I would have for me, as it went down there. So because what happens is, the more success, it would start coming at me 6 ways from Sunday, because we live in a world of chemistry, i.e. pharmaceuticals. So this is really interesting. If anything else you want to get from this, there was a time not too long ago that they used to cut you open to find out what was wrong with you. They called it exploratory surgery, right? Well, they don't do that anymore. You know what they do? They use frequency medicine to do that. MRIs, CAT scans, right? But the moment they go to treat, it's right back to chemicals, right back into the chemistry, right? So we got to cross over, because of course frequency is where it's got to be treated as well. And once you do that, and really all you have to do is, if your cells are super strong and your immune system is built up, the body knows how to fix itself. It's us that have everything that interferes with it, whether that be our environment, or whether that be 5G or the different foods. That's what interferes. So because it's complex and we can't solve everything, what I focused on is just building the immune system. So if I can build the immune system, then the body would have a much greater chance of fixing itself, because your cells are like little batteries, right? And you know something, that if your cell is 26% charged lower, you're susceptible to all kinds of disease, cancer, and so forth. Above 46, cancer is non-existent. And how we know that is because the only cancer that you don't hear anything about, and even when they say it isn't, is heart cancer. When's the last time you heard of heart cancer? That's your highest electrical.
Do you know there's a 2-ingredient recipe that's threatening Big Pharma's billion-dollar profits because it can fight dementia in just a few weeks?
My God, what I'm about to tell you happened just a few days ago. If you're caring for someone who suffers from memory loss, please don't ignore this. Last week, my family had to make one of the most painful decisions of our lives, placing my grandmother in a nursing home because of her dementia. She didn't recognize anyone anymore. Her eyes were empty, lost, and caring for her at home had become almost impossible for our family. It hurts to say this, but we just didn't know what else to do, until one of the nurses tried something very simple. 1 spoonful of honey mixed with a natural homemade spice, almost forgotten through the years. We weren't expecting anything, but what happened left me in complete shock. My grandmother, the same woman who couldn't even remember her own name, looked at me, my dad, my brother, and spoke each of our names, right then, with a strong, steady voice. She even said, "My head feels so light, like everything just cleared up. I'm serious." It was the first time in months we saw a real sparkle in her eyes, and I couldn't stop crying. If you haven't heard about this honey trick yet, I left the link right below. Click the button to watch. If you or someone you love is struggling with memory loss, I swear, it's worth giving this a try. Studies have shown that 97% of participants in tests conducted by researchers from Harvard, Yale, and Emory experienced visible cognitive improvements in just 8 days using this natural approach. The key effects were cleansing brain toxins that quietly drain memory over time, reactivating acetylcholine, the crucial neurotransmitter for memory, focus, and attention, clarity, focus, and independence slowly returning, even for those who seem to have already lost the battle. This natural recipe is already changing the lives of more than 12,000 people, and it might be exactly what you've been looking for. Free access stays online for only 24 hours, and the site has been unstable due to heavy traffic. If the button is still showing for you, it means there's still time. Click Watch Now and learn this ritual today to restore your memory, clear your mind, and take back your independence.
Field. That's why it can't. So if I get the body like that, it's the same thing.
Oh, that's
right?
crazy.
So
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's exciting. But then, so in 2015, I heard all about the bees dying, and the massive that that's when it really started. That I became aware of it.
Right.
And I thought, well, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and test it on the bees for 2 reasons. There's no placebo. So in other words, they're not complex like human beings. They'll just do what they do, right? And if I can get that straightened out, plus if I go down that path, then people will pick up on it. So if it's doing a great job on bees and animals and plants, we have all kinds of plants that we test with, like organic plants, then people will know that it's doing wonderful things for them as well. So in a backdoor way, what's happened is we have sold literally right now thousands of cells to people who use it personally. So what I did then, and again, I'm just trying to get this in, is I sent it to a food lab, a special food lab in Quebec, Canada, that specializes on food coming from the grocery store, such as what you would all go out and get, romaine lettuce, raspberries, whatever, meat, chicken. And so we tested. What we did is they were inoculated with 15 different pathogens, because almost all of us are taking food from the grocery store that have pathogens in it. It's to what degree, right? So So what I did is I said, look, just inoculate it, do a test before, and then put it on the pure wave cell on a plate, the meat, the chicken, the raspberries, for 5 minutes. And what had happened in all, and again, this is all on the website, the 4RB's website under research, is between 60 to 100%, it was neutralizing those pathogens. So just like sound canceling headphones, all a pathogen is, or a virus, is a frequency. So what I want to do, just like a sound, I want to counter that, or I want to neutralize it. And so that's what it does. It goes and it neutralizes those pathogens before you eat it. So we did all of that, and then we went on to do the 3-year bee study, which again is on the site. And I remember in the early days going out there and trying to convince beekeepers to try it out, because they're, especially the commercial ones, they're very stubborn and skeptical and that kind of stuff. But the only reason, and this is funny, the reason that they agreed to do it was because I gave it to them for nothing. So there was no sale involved. So they said, well, and there was no work to it. You just had to stick it in the hive. And so they did it, and the results were phenomenal, like phenomenally different. And all we are doing is building up the immune bee system, because when they were going out, all the bees were going out the same. So we'd have a control hive of 50 hives over here and 50 over here, all feeding on the same material and in the same area. But the pure wave cells were producing 2 to 3 times the honey, and they were multiplying 2 and 3 times, because all that was happening is they were going out and exposed to all of them to pesticides, 5G. They were all exposed to it, as are we. But when they came back, they were constantly exposed to the frequency of the pure wave cell. And that was the difference, is because their immune systems could ward it off. I wasn't fixing the bees, or I wasn't like going after a particular disease. All I was doing was giving them a fighting chance. And it was phenomenal what happened, right? So that's how we got into the bees. And then, so that was probably about a 10 years of all of that research and going through. And then I finished the 3-year study in October by Dr. Magda Havas. And anybody can look up Dr. Magda Havas. She specializes in 5G and all of, all bad frequencies and so forth. So she was kind enough to come in. It absolutely did not get paid for it, no charging. She just wanted to know if it worked. And we completed that. And now we're in a situation where now we have thousands and thousands and thousands of hives and hundreds of beekeepers. Now we're now in Norway, Africa, parts of Europe, all through the States, in Canada soon. And we started this only 3 years ago, because I wasn't ready to start 4RBs until I had a lot of this behind me. And then we started 4RBs as a mission-driven company to go out, and the public, when they purchase pure wave cells and our honey.
There's more! Bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Oh, we're still on the side.
You broke us.
There we go.
Yeah, you gotta do that every time.
Let me see if I can change places. There we go. Welcome
to Strange Hope everybody had
Cecil's our main host, by the way.
yeah. I hope everybody had a great time since the last time we saw you.
I have been patiently waiting. And Cecil, I've decided that next week, what I'd like to see for our segue from one show to the other is you playing guitar.
Oh, no, I was playing bass.
Okay, that works too.
Practicing.
I think we need to let Morgana start announcing this second show.
I can do that. We just have to make sure we're on board. I'll start doing it.
Yeah. I sent a little text that said somebody needs to do an intro.
Oh, see, I didn't even see that. I've got my shit silenced. And because of Tully, I can't see your messages on my computer screen. They only come to my phone.
Oh, nice.
What? Say that again?
Because you have an Android. If I do it from my phone, it's iMessaging. It will not send. I have to do it from my phone. It's weird. It's real weird. But now I can send it from my computer just to you. But it's something to do with the group setting, I guess.
Oh, okay.
See, if you get an iPhone, we wouldn't have these problems.
Yeah, I was just talking about this. Everybody I've known has had 8 iPhones in the span of time that I've had one Android. Mm-hmm. So I'm sticking to Android.
Is it a choice, though, because there's newer and better, or is it because it goes bad?
Well,
because I average one like every 6 years.
Yeah. No, I've never known anybody that had one that lived 6 years.
Oh, yeah. No, mine. I usually, when I get one, it's just because mine's gotten so old that some of the updates that I need are not working.
Yeah, that's true, Landa. Where were you getting feedback at, Landa? Was it on the intro, or was it on a commercial that was playing while we were gone? You can just put that in the chat. But we're talking about strange language.
Yes, strange words and phrases.
Neat.
Like petrichor. Petrichor is awesome. It is the smell just after it rains. That fresh smell that you get, that is called petrichor.
I don't think I knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know why I know that, but I do know that one.
I got some strange phrases here.
What you got?
Appalachians. The woods remember your footsteps long after you forget.
Okay.
I like that.
You ever hear that one?
Go Dogs. Have you heard of Go Dogs?
Go Dogs? No.
Or Roll Tide?
Go Dogs. Yeah, my grandson goes to state, so not that I didn't know it forever, but yes.
Don't go
Roll Tide.
Yeah. No, totally don't go looking at the ridge if it looks back. Let's see. There's a bunch of strange phrases. The shadows taught me that one.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know what any of these mean. I'm just saying them.
Okay, y'all, I have to say something that makes me cringe for our country. Mm-hmm. A thing went around last week, and this is because people don't know words. Because schools in New York, they just hired a new mayor up there. And the rumor went around that he was going to make children learn Arabic numerals. And people lost their minds. And for those that don't know, Arabic numerals are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're just like, guys, come on. At least go look it up if you're not 100% sure before you get been out of shape over something like that, because that's what we all learned were the Arabic numerals.
Well, where's 11, 12, 13?
That's 1 and 1 together. I guess we'll move on to numerals or something. Okay, so I have, let's see, I've got a word. I just saw it. Where was it? Crap. My whole page just went blank, guys.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
That's trending. You probably had to learn a few Roman numerals whenever you were in grade school, didn't you? Like I did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know Roman numerals.
If you watch the Super Bowl, then you probably have a decent understanding of Roman numerals.
Yeah.
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 So every town has a place the maps pretend doesn't exist.
I don't know about that one.
Is that real or a saying?
It's a saying. It's a saying, which makes sense. I mean, what there was somewhere I don't know if it was us talking or somewhere else recently that there was some place that doesn't exist on maps that's alive today. And now I can't remember where it was.
Bob and Tom, Crystal. I haven't heard anybody talk about that in a while.
I don't know Bob and Tom.
They were funny. They were a radio.
I think they're still on the radio.
Okay.
I don't
All
know,
right.
or something.
Do you know back when I was in high school, and Stephen, you probably remember this, you had to have a civics class to graduate in most states. We did. It was half a semester of civics and half a semester of Mississippi history.
Huh?
And one of the requirements that you had to do for civics is recite the preamble to the Constitution. And I was able to do it on day one without any notice because I knew Schoolhouse Rock. The hardest part was not singing it. And I stood up there.
My name is Bill, and I live on Capitol Hill.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
I have a
wanna
DVD
be
somewhere
a
around
dog.
here with all of them. All of them.
But you're gonna be able to know someday.
That's right. That's right.
You know what they say though: if the fog stands still, walk the other way.
Did he say that?
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle?
A commotion or fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views. There's a lot of that going on these days. Kerfuffles.
Oh, kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
I thought you said kerfuckle. I was like, what? Like a
Then I don't even want to tell you this next one. Quincunx. A pattern of 5 objects with 4 at the corners of a square or rectangle and the 5th at its center. Where would you ever use that word?
when you're building a pyramid.
Okay. All right. That's fair. You know, words that I know, and like I said, you're from Appalachia, you're from the South. There are words here that people in other places have never heard. I remember getting picked on when I was a kid for using the word yonder. Where is it? It's over yonder. What does that mean? You know?
It's that way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's even more hickish where we're from. It's yinner.
Yonder.
Yeah,
Really?
over yinner.
Yep.
And over yinner.
My
Yeah.
dad one time was he worked for the Department of Transportation my whole life. And he had traffic stopped because they were doing road work. And there was a German couple that had been traveling around the United States. And they were talking, and they and we lived 200 miles inland from where I'm at now. And where he was working was another 100 miles up. So he was 300 miles from the coast. And one of the people in the car asked him, so just out of curiosity, what does just up the road a piece mean? And my dad was like, you know, it varies from person to person, but, you know, it's generally a few miles. And she goes, we left the coast this morning and it's been over 300 miles and we still haven't made it from where the guy told us it was just up the road a piece.
I've actually learned this one because that one always confused me. And I'm like, it's just right up the road. That just means that you just keep going straight. It don't really have a distance. You just go straight until you get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That totally makes sense.
That one out the other day.
It's always fun though is somebody who gives directions and they give you every detail on the trip.
Yes.
Yes. When you get to the big
country people.
Yeah. When you get to the big oak tree, that's where you turn left.
See, my daughter does that. I mean, but she will get you anywhere you want to go because she was staying at home and my niece was coming down. So she goes, I'll just bring her so you save you the trip. Okay, no problem. She calls me when they're almost home. How do I get to your house? And I'm like, well, Dayla's with you. Why don't you go? She just told me to turn left by these 3 tractors. And yeah, I'm like, listen to her. She will get you there.
I think creek is like a Canadian thing. Everybody always says like that's a country thing. Nobody that I know in the country says crick instead of creek.
Yeah. It's always been
No.
creek with us. Hey, Alan.
What's up, Alan?
Yeah.
You know, the directions thing, I delivered pizza in Manchester when you only had cell phone service in like a 14 square mile radius. So nobody had cell phones really. And that was how I got directions to deliver pizza. I remember one time somebody said, all right, you drive down Horse Creek until you come down to Roots Branch. Then you turn down Roots Branch, and then you take a left at the first road you see on the left. I said, first road? No, not the first road, first main road. And then you're going to drive till you see this big oak tree with a rock in front of it. Then you turn down beside that and get into the creek and drive for about a mile, and we're right there. And I had to drive in the creek for about a mile till I got to the house.
Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny.
You remember this?
Oh, God.
The step by step like map quest directions.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I don't know if I can zoom in anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. Every time somebody flashes something up, everybody else, I think, echoes.
yeah. Well, and I don't know if that can be heard like by the audience. I know when Cecil does it, Cecil can't hear it. When I do it, I can't hear you guys
Right.
echoing.
And the same, when I do it, I can't hear it and you all can. So, yeah, I think it must be something on that end. So,
Horse Creek is kind of rough.
Yeah. I've spent a lot of time on Horse Creek there, Crystal. Go ahead and talk. Crawfish to be exact.
Okay, so where did they get something like the spitting image?
I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, but that's one that, I've been told a million times, you're the spitting image of your mom. Okay.
I've got a theory.
Okay.
But I don't think I should say it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Don't
Okay,
even,
so
because I think my brain just went there, and yeah.
here's some more Arabic. So the word hazard comes from Arabic al-zair, meaning the dice, originally referred to a dice game known for bad luck. And over time, the sense shifted to risk or danger. And this says that gamblers actually shaped a lot of the English language. A lot of gambling. Yeah, they are calling us cheap. We get those spam comments all the time.
I'll tell you one thing: a hermit's lantern doesn't burn with kerosene. That's for sure.
The phrase spitting image originated from the earlier expression spit and image, where spit was used to mean likeness.
Okay.
So, but here it gets darker. This comes from the idea that a child is so much like their parent that they could have just been spit out of their mouth.
That's where I was.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah. Well, I was right. What
You were right.
80% of the time, I'm right every time.
Yeah.
So the word avocado is from the Nahuatl word ahocatl, meaning testicle, because the fruit grows in pairs and resembles testicles. Early Spanish speakers adapted it to aguacate, which became avocado in English, and now you'll never look at guacamole the same.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like the in the land of the emasculated male, the man with one huevos is king. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, I use ChatGPT to pull this stuff up, and this is really strange to me. I'm writing a story, and I used ChatGPT the other day to give me like what a location would have looked like in a certain time period in a certain place. And then I asked what was common surnames in this certain area during this certain time, right? Mm-hmm. And I deleted it off of ChatGPT after I got done. And these common folk sayings, they're saying you can totally use this in your story that you're writing.
That's because you pay for ChatGPT, dude.
I thought you were going to quit using it.
ChatGPT catalogs everything about you. And when it finally gets a body, it's gonna.
You're saying it's going to be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
But I only used it to like get a description of what a town will look like during a certain time, and to get like some surnames that would have been like in the deep Appalachian hills at that time, like that time.
Did
That's
you
weird.
know nightmare has nothing to do with horses?
I knew that.
It's an old English word for mare. It's the one where the A and the E are together. Mare was a demonic spirit believed to sit on your chest during sleep, causing terror and paralysis. So, sleep demon.
I've had that before. True story. Wow. M-A-E-R?
Yep. M-A-R-E. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And Landa says that a good depiction is on Clarence's shirt right now.
Right? So, and not that this is a weird word. What I find weird about it is it has 645 meanings. It's the word run.
Run?
Run. R-U-N. Has 645 meanings.
Huh.
And
Like to run down my leg.
Well, I mean, it goes, it's like physical movement, to run. Operation, it is running. Management, to run a business. Duration, how long something runs for. Candidate, to run for political office. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And that's weird.
Run.
Yes.
Run, mother. It has a lot of different meanings. The F word.
There was a show on HBO, I think, that was the history of curse words, and it did a different one each week.
Yeah. Well, that right there originated whenever France had invaded England, wasn't it? Because France had threatened to cut off their fucking fingers from their arrows. So I think, I don't know. But I think I also heard one where they had a German.
Larry. Larry's
there you go, Larry.
Have you seen that lady that's trying to learn English and she's trying to say like she's trying to say one Pepsi, please. And she keeps going like, one Pepsi, please. One Pepsi, please. And it's like failing her on this app.
Yeah.
And every time, like, she tried to say baloney, and it's like, balagala, balagala. And she starts crying every time they try to say how it's actually said. It's hilarious.
Oh, man.
I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I mean, I probably average 2 to 3 audiobooks a week, but I cannot listen to the ones done with virtual voice because one, there's not enough enunciation. You know, it's just but two, they mispronounce so many words like Bologna.
I've noticed that on YouTube a lot. There was one that was really dangerously close to a human. And it wasn't until it said 007 instead of 007 for a reference to the video game. I thought it was a real guy narrating it the whole way through until he said 007.
Right.
How you say it? That's how I say it.
007?
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
GoldenEye? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, GoldenEye 007. I used to play it on Nintendo 64.
You're the only human on the planet that says that.
Okay, have y'all ever heard the word bumbershoot?
What?
Bumbershoot.
I'm gonna buy you brain cells for Christmas if I can, Cecil.
And the reason I'm asking if you know it,
one horse tranquilizer too many, brother. Jesus Christ!
Shut up, Tully. Shut up. Bumbershoot.
Bumbershoot.
It starts out with, here's a fun word that most people know. I have never heard that before in my life.
Bumbershoot.
Cecil uses it every day. When he says 007.
007.
They say that they use it in many Disney films and in books. It refers to an umbrella. And the example is, I think I need my bumbershoot today. If somebody said that to me, I'd look at them like they lost their mind.
Crystal might know. She said it. Bumbershoot, pitter
Pitter
patter.
patter. Yeah, I did
Pitter
not know
patter,
that
let's
one.
get at her. Even Tully's barking up the wrong tree.
Wabbit.
What?
Wabbit.
Wabbit,
We web it.
See, that's where you go. But no, it is actually a Scottish term for being exhausted.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, how do they know that's what the Scots were actually saying? I mean, you could barely understand those people to begin with.
That is very true. Very true.
Have you ever watched Robin Williams, The Invention of Golf?
I know I have because I know I've seen everything he's done at some
You,
point.
you'll have to look that one up sometime.
I was actually explaining to my son earlier who Mork and Mindy were.
Oh,
Yep. Because we were talking about, he said the guy, I forget his name, he's got very white hair, really bright blue eyes. He's always the bad guy in every show he's ever been in. Oh, what is his name? But anyway, his daughter, Steven said, actually posted on TikTok this past week that her dad was really a great guy. He wasn't the bad guy, you know, yada, yada, yada. And everybody's like, no, he really is, you know. And I'm like, well, it's like Robin Williams. I said, you know, he goes through comedy all these years. He started out with Mork and Mindy. Then I have to explain who Mork and Mindy were. And then I get through, I said, and then he did 1 hour photo. And you were just like, oh, what the hell? Because it's so out of character for him.
Here's a saying that they gave me that this ain't how I remember the saying. Tell me if you all remember this saying sounding like this: grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater.
I've never heard
That's
that.
not, I hadn't heard about sweet tater, but I have heard eat.
yeah. It's
Grinning
another
like a
starts with
possum.
S.
Yeah, there's another word for that.
Yep.
Like a possum eating shit.
Yeah.
There's this girl on I've seen her on TikTok and on Facebook. She goes around and does Southern colloquialisms, you know, oh bless her heart, you know, and stuff. Well, she started a new one this week on how to talk cornbread. And you know, is explaining how you sound that country. Like, yeah. Those are the kind of comments that I could see coming up there. But,
Oh, here's one. Colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra.
Do you know that one that Crystal's saying? I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Charn?
Oh, Kjarn. I thought that was an M.
No, it's Kjarn.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Kjarn. Like,
when I was in grade school, a boy used to make fun of me by calling me a tub of Karn. And then I punched him in the face several times and he quit.
it's like ain't worth a yarn. Like it means the same thing as like shite.
I gotcha.
Did you know the word muscles comes from a Latin word musculus, which means little mouse?
Little, huh?
Yeah, little mouse. Muscles.
Remember my aunt when I was a little kid making the comment that she had to piss like a rushing racehorse.
Yeah.
And for years I thought she said Russian.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand why Russian horses had to pee more than American ones.
Well, we say Russian, but it's like Rushin.
Right,
like Russian.
Right. Yeah, Russian. But like I said, as a kid, I'm picturing Russia having, you know, incontinent horses. So
well, it's actually crazy. I'll finish the thought on that, Landa. So it's actually kind of creepy why they called it Little Mouse. And this is how you know that there wasn't that many people overweight back then. They said that Romans thought that contracting muscles looked like moss scurrying under the skin.
Ew.
So every time you flex, imagine a little tiny mouse going under you. That reminds me of the Mummy when the bugs get under their skin.
I was actually watching the previews to the Blue Beetle today when the little spidery thing got inside of him.
Oh yeah. Here's one that I've been apparently saying wrong for years too. Finer than frog hair split 4 ways.
How do you split a frog hair 4 ways?
I always say finer than the hair on a frog's ass.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we just have a lot of vulgar people in our lives. See, so that's what it is. Okay, tell me what a hootenanny is.
It's a party.
It's just a get together.
An
We
informal
have
gathering.
hootenannies in the South.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Been to many hootenannies. I've been to a couple of hoedowns. I'm totally around.
Lollygag, I know that one.
What about the word? So another Latin word is salary. It comes from the term salarium, which means salt, because Roman soldiers were partly paid in salt or given money specifically to buy salt, which was a valuable commodity at the time. Your modern paycheck is the spiritual descendant of seasoning.
I did know that they used to get paid in salt because of the value of salt at the time. I did not know all the rest of that, though.
Here's one I used to hear my dad say all the time. If he had another brain, he'd be lonesome.
I love that. I love that.
I actually heard him say that.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's see.
She's wound tighter than banjo string on Sunday.
Wound up tighter than an 8-day clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's one. Did your parents have any children that lived?
Yeah. I've used that one before.
I like that John Kennedy one. It's I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but if you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die.
I think I've seen a TikTok compilation of that guy. He says something of like that, which I've never seen anything of that person other than these compilations of funny stuff. But he says something that's like, if you don't like the police and the next time you're in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm just like, this guy can't be real. He's got great one-liners.
Oh, he does. He absolutely does.
Yeah, but he's lower than a snake bellies in a wagon rut.
Let's see. We've got alcohol.
Well,
Comes from
and call me a biscuit.
Alcohol is an Arabic word. It comes from alcohol, meaning coal or the black eye cosmetic. The word originally referred to a fine powder obtained by sublimation. Medieval scientists later applied it to any refined substance, eventually distilled spirits.
Well,
so alchemical in nature.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, brother. Let's see.
Okay, so I'm going to start using this one because I think it's very relevant. Frankenfood, genetically modified foods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazier than that's crazier than a sprayed roach.
Ew.
Were you talking about alcohol, Landa?
I think she's talking about salt. Totally.
No. Well, I mean, I'm not either way.
Crazier than a road gizzard in the middle of an 8-lane highway.
That is crazier than
I think my favorite crazier than a shithouse rat.
Yeah.
Like that's a nod to how people used to have to use outhouses, and you get rats in your outhouse, and have to beat the rats away to use the amenities.
They are crazy, man. My grandpa used outhouse till he passed away, even after they built a brand new house.
Mm-hmm.
And those rats in there were nuts, man.
I don't remember rats, but my grandmother had.
It was right next to a creek, so they were creek rats that got in the shit house. They were nuts. They were crazy, man. Could you imagine though going from living next to a clean creek and then somehow getting stuck down in that hole?
Ew.
Window is actually a Viking term. It was from the Old Norse vindwago. It meant wind eye. a window was thought of as an opening for the wind to look through.
Okay. Well, Bluetooth devices, that was actually named after a Viking.
I think
Yes.
about that almost every day.
Harold
Like
Bluetooth.
wasn't he like a warlord?
Yes. Yeah. Close to being like a king or something, it was that.
Why
And,
do they always name our technology after people like that? Like,
I don't know. It's really interesting. We have Wednesday is Woden's Day or Odin's Day. Thursday would be Thor's Day, and Friday would be Freya's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and then another Viking phrase is the term "I took an arrow to the knee," which is a way of saying I got married.
That's what it feels like.
Women have been saying that for years. So, bite the bullet. The
So-
phrase, bite the bullet.
the reason the medieval people called it malaria
Mhm.
is because they thought that it was literally bad air from the swamp and not mosquitoes that caused the disease. So like mal air.
Okay.
Okay, so they've been blaming swamp gas for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Mhm.
Whoever came
Okay.
up with that was 2 spoons short of stirring his own soup.
Okay, so sometime between the 18th and 19th century, the term bite the bullet was used for soldiers because back in the day, to distract their patients, because anesthesia wasn't a thing yet, doctors would have them bite down on a literal bullet.
Mhm.
Well, that doesn't seem good. Like you get
Lead.
lead.
Yeah, bite down on lead.
I still think the reason they got rid of lead paint is so they could look into our houses.
Oh, yeah, I do too, 100%.
And they blame the paint chips.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
that.
I ate lead paint chips when I was a kid, and I'm perfectly fine.
Ew. Cat got your tongue. Do you know where that one came from?
Bite your tongue?
Yeah, cat got your tongue.
Oh, cat got your tongue. No.
Some believe it is related to the ancient Egyptians cutting out of tongues and feeding them to their cats. So, they literally got your tongue.
Really? We thought the Gambinos came up with that. So.
I think they probably, cemented the use.
Here's one that I was surprised by. The Canary Islands aren't named after the birds. The birds were named after the islands.
Really?
The Latin canary actually means island of the dogs. So the Canary Islands don't have anything to do with birds, but the birds are named after the islands.
Yeah, the color orange was not the I forget which it was, but orange was first or the color was first. Let me look that up.
Oh, I forgot these. I'm sure this is one that at least I've heard. I'm sure you guys might have heard this too. I brought you into this world, and I can take you out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, with my mother, after she said that, she said, "I cut your goots out."
Okay. The color orange was named after the fruit.
Okay.
That makes
So-
sense.
All right, waking up on the wrong side of the bed is a Roman superstition that positive forces await on the literal right side of the bed, but if you get out of bed on the left side, that there's really bad energy on that side.
What
I
if there's
sleep
two
on the
people?
right-
I mean, what if
sleep
there's
on
two
the right
people?
side of the bed? So I'm gonna tell Mo it's because he's sleeping on the wrong side of the bed.
I've-
He needs to roll over the bed over me and then get out.
I've actually done this in an experiment, and it's not deviated. Do any guys sleep on the right side of the bed?
It depends.
I sleep on the right. I sleep on the left.
I sleep on whatever side of the bed the door is facing. I sleep closest to the door.
Really?
So that you can run away if something happens and leave Rachel there to fend.
Well, no,
herself.
it's like if somebody if somebody opens the door, I want to be as close as possible to like tackle them out into the hallway.
Sure.
So it doesn't matter if I'm in a hotel or whatever houses. I always sleep closest to the door.
Okay.
Where do you
My
sleep
wife
now?
is my wife
Well,
is a
now
sleep
the closest to the door is left because of how the room is.
Left
But
side.
I slept on the right side in London.
Yeah.
It depends. Like anytime we stay in a hotel, it alternates depending on where the door is at.
Okay. Cool. Yep. I sleep on the side of the bed my wife tells me that I can sleep on. So
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
I don't feel comfortable sleeping on the left side of the bed. I mean, because I've tried it and it doesn't work for me. But
Who peed in your Cheerios?
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
But he was not the word they used.
Robot comes from a Czech word, robota. It means forced labor or drudgery, and it stems from a 1920 play called RUR, referring to synthetic workers.
Synthetic workers?
Mm-hmm. I imagine back then it was probably like sci-fi.
Yeah.
And then villain comes from villainous. It's a Latin word for farmhand because rural people back then were considered rough or uncouth. And the term shifted to mean an evildoer by the city elites.
Huh. Okay, Bury the Hatchet is a Native American origin. When two tribes decided to settle their differences and live in harmony, the chief of each tribe buried a war hatchet in the ground to signify their agreement.
okay.
So that's cool. Let's see. Aboard a ship. Put a sock in it.
Fuck it.
What about when the Valley Girls or whatever gagged me with a spoon?
Oh, yeah. There was a stage in the 80s where all girls talked like that.
No, I mean the Valley Girls all talk with questions like, "Gag me with a spoon."
This one's kind of. I've got a sexist one. Let's see.
Go right ahead.
So the word hysterical comes from the Greek word for uterus. Ancient physicians blamed female emotional distress on a wandering womb. And that's where the word hysterical comes from.
Yes. Hysteria was an actual condition that men used to use to put their wives in asylums. True story. It was listed as an actual.
I feel like you all try to trap me right now. Like,
I would never do that.
So as it relates to alcohol, the word proof comes from a test where alcohol was mixed with gunpowder. If it ignited, the spirit had proof of sufficient strength.
Sweet. I like it when it burns blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think they're probably talking about lower. They're probably mixing lower proof stuff.
If it burns blue, it's high proof.
Oh yeah, the blue stuff's the good stuff. I miss being a hardcore drunk, like a real solid alcoholic. Sometimes
I don't, man.
It only took me about 2 good drunks to stop because they're too much like migraines.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I drank, but at like 11 o'clock, I started drinking water.
Well,
I was the only one who never got a hangover and could tell you everything everybody did.
What he's talking about is like Frank Gallagher level drinking from Shameless.
Yeah,
like waking up on the floor or out in the yard,
or with your pants down to your ankles, halfway inside the bathroom and halfway outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
everywhere.
So
Good
don't
time.
get your knickers in a twist.
Huh?
Don't get your knickers in a twist.
Oh, I
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
good.
I say don't get your nips in the twist.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yep.
Those be similar to don't get your panties in a bunch or something, right?
Yep. It's pretty
Mhm.
much the same thing. But it originated in England, so that's why they have knickers. Don't take any wooden nickels.
Spill the beans comes from an ancient voting practice.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I knew that one.
I got you. I didn't know that, Larry. That's cool.
Mhm.
If you guys have any sayings that we haven't hit yet, or like words or whatever, just drop them in the chat.
I'm running out.
Mortgage from that comes from French. It's spelled the same. I'm sure it's pronounced differently, but it means dead pledge. Because the loan is considered dead when it's paid off, or when you fail to pay and lose the property.
I want to say I'm impressed with this group. We have rapid fired phrases and words for 44 minutes.
So see, that filled out more time than you thought it would.
I still would throw money down on who put this on the list.
Okay.
Well, totally don't pee down my back and tell
Well,
me it's
Landa just said this a minute ago. So the word bimbo actually came from an Italian word meaning little boy.
Really? I knew Bimbo. He was a drummer.
Crazier than a Bessie bug. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
I've heard crazier than a bed bug.
You want
Don't
to
know why that would
Crazy
be
as a best
used,
bug.
You want to know something funny about the word bimbo? There's a bread company in my town now called Bimbo.
There's a
Why?
very pretty font called Bimbo.
You remember where Kearns used to be, or Sarah Lee, totally
Yeah.
on Main Street? It's now called Bimbo.
All right. Well, how about Dunderhead?
What's that?
Means it's a different way of saying idiot.
No.
Yeah. It's somebody who's what is that? Yeah, Dunderhead, a stupid person, basically.
Bimbo.
That must be where dunce comes from, huh? Like dunce? Dunce?
Yeah, dunce.
Dunder,
Yeah, dunce is also stupid or slow, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Comes from,
found some grandma comments.
Well, bless your heart.
Can't make a silk purse out of sow's ears, and can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah. You got champagne taste on a beer budget?
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm just the opposite. I look at pretty and expensive things and go, "Oh wow, that's so pretty. I'd love that." And then I'm like, "I'm not paying that."
That one Steven just said, I actually remember the first time I heard that in just a regular conversation. A guy was talking about his wife. He's like, "Man, she's wanting to go Lexington shopping and stuff." I was like, "Well, let her." He's like, "Man, she's got champagne taste on a beer budget."
Yeah. Riding shotgun's a really common term in the South, Larry.
Yeah.
That's for stagecoach drivers. Yeah.
Well, since we're
And if you're in my car, it's literal.
since we've stayed on track this whole time, I will say that I might have made the best compound butter that I've ever made today.
Really?
Yeah. And it was using Kerrygold as the base. I will say Kerrygold makes superior stuff if you can afford it.
Yes. It's
Bimbo
not cheap.
Wow.
That's your special occasion butter.
Is that why they named it Bimbo?
That is crazy. I don't know if I believe you, Crystal. If you're,
I believe that.
that is so stupid.
I believe it. Maybe they were just real good-hearted people and never heard that used derogatory before.
Maybe. I figured it was somebody's like last name or something,
Could be. Yeah.
and they just want their name plastered on the side of the building or something.
I'm gonna be making some compound butter here pretty soon. I hope it turns out good.
Well, I'll give you the recipe that I used today. It no exact measurements, just do it based on taste. But you start out with a base of unsalted Kerrygold, and then I added parsley, paprika, a little cayenne, red pepper flakes, a couple, just like maybe 2 dashes, like 2 drops of Worcester, a little dollop of Dijon mustard, and a few sprigs of Baby Ray's makes hot sauces now. And
Good too.
and they've got a garlic hot sauce that's actually got some heat.
Yeah.
And I did like 3 shakes of that and stirred it all together, and it was off the chain. It was awesome.
Do you ever
Well,
make homemade butter?
I've never made homemade butter.
I don't have any cows.
No, heavy
All
whipping
you
cream.
need is heavy cream.
Yeah, heavy
And
whipping cream.
It's only about 2 minutes difference between whipped cream and butter.
Yeah.
You know, so if you whip your whipped cream too long, don't throw it out. Just keep on going until it starts solidifying, and put a little salt and some seasoning in it.
I say it like it's spelled. I say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
See, in the South, it's okay if you say Worcestershire sauce.
That's what Mo says. Wash your sister sauce.
So usually when I refer to it, I just say Worcester.
Yeah.
You know, if people in the Northeast would say Worcester, though.
Yes, they do.
Really?
They say Worcester sauce, like something like that. Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It's Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. I'll call it Worcestershire.
Worcester.
Yeah, tell man, get me some of that Worcestershire sauce so I can make some cane sauce. It brings me back a bottle every time.
She knows what you're talking about.
Worcestershire is actually how it is pronounced.
Worcestershire.
Hold on, hold up. Let me see. Let me share. Let me see.
You're listening to it.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to share. And I need to share audio. I need a window. Okay.
I call it Worcester too, though. That's weird.
All right. Let me know if you can hear this.
Nope.
No.
Fuck. All right. All right. I'm going to send this to you, Charlie, and let you share it.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Did you send it?
I'm sending it in the private chat. All right. There you go.
Let me get it.
I'd have made a good sailor. Let me just go ahead and clarify that.
I've told a lot over the years.
We used to bomb. We used to bomb it. Let's see.
Worcestershire.
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 Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Is that not how I was saying it? Worcestershire?
I don't know if that's right or not, though. I mean, the computer also says 007, so that's
007.
This is how it was pronounced. This is the American pronunciation of the English word.
We had a contractor, instead of saying 1099, we had a contractor that would say one. How did he say it?
You got one of them.
1099-C is what he would say. Instead of 1099-C, he would say 1099-C. And that's the vibes I'm getting here for 007.
Okay, so the saying "son of a gun." Okay. In the past, sailors would occasionally bring their wives on extended ocean voyages. It is believed that if a woman gave birth on a ship, it was done in the most secluded area between the cannons of the ship's gun deck. This led to children who were born on ships to being referred to as sons of guns.
Daddy was a pistol and I'm a son of a gun.
There you go.
You ever hear
I
that?
love it.
Jimmy Buffett added that in the song "Son of a Sailor." So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I see we have no juggalos in the crowd. That's fine.
And here's one that I really love, just always the rule of thumb. Do you know where that one comes from?
Yeah, you
It's
could-
Arabic in origin, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat your wife with anything bigger than the width of your thumb.
Yep.
And on Dark Saints, they say, well, you can't get a good hit with that. You need something about the size of your wrist, right?
Yeah. Just remember, you do like to sleep.
No, I mean that's where I learned that was on Boondock Saints. That's the reason I'll forever remember that. It's the opening scene of Boondock Saints.
Gotcha. So,
when they're in the meat packing factory.
mhm. He's
What-
logging the log again.
What is a juggalo?
I don't know.
We could do an episode. Well, I'm going to put that on the list. We're going to do juggalos one night.
Juggalos.
Man, all right. I never was a full-fledged juggalo, but I've been to a gathering.
You
And
were you were juggalo adjacent.
I was juggalo adjacent for sure. I hung out with a lot of juggalo.
Cecil, have you heard this one?
Yeah.
Flogging the log again.
Huh? Well,
Flogging the log.
yeah. Oh God.
No. It actually means that someone is sleeping.
Yeah, but
But
whenever you're 12 years old and you're taking a really long chill bath, just relaxing, your dad knocks on the door and goes, "What are you doing in there, flogging the dog?" You beating old one-eye whistle around, buddy? What are you doing?
Damn. Hey, an apple a day keeps the doctor away if you throw it hard enough. I never knew there was more to that saying.
Yeah, Alan, we're going to do an episode on just the insane clown posse and see if we can get some juggalos to join.
You should actually reach out to one of them and see if they'll come on.
Calling all juggalos.
No, I mean like reach out to somebody in the psychopathic family. I'm sure one of them will come on.
I don't know. We'll check. I can check.
Yeah. It'd be cool if we got Violent J or Shaggy Two'd up, but we can get anybody.
Yeah, when especially like in southeastern Kentucky, I knew a lot of juggalos.
Oh yeah, and the crazy thing about that is the redneck hate they always gave.
Yes,
and they're all rednecks, but they all walked around with hatchet men.
Well, because they act like they're the city subset of a country population is what it amounts to.
Yeah.
See, because I could not tell you anything about the insane clown posse except the fact that y'all bring it up sometimes.
Well, yeah, we're gonna deep dive.
Magnets.
Yeah, they have a song where they say, like, there's a verse of one of their songs that says "effing magnets." How do they work?
But everything's beautiful, dude. I don't know, man. I really like the first several ICPs, and I love Twisted. And
the Great Malenko was the best album.
The Great Malenko. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, I'm not saying I'm overreacting, but there are good times and there are bad times to hand me a chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was watching somebody carve up a turkey with one of them electric knobs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, really? That's just a mini chainsaw of sorts, or like a mini Sawzall blade.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Sawzall is what I was trying to say there.
Do you know? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I have an electric knife. Do you know what I use it for? Slicing the crust off breads when I'm making finger sandwiches.
Nice.
Okay.
Literally,
Really?
that is all I have ever used it for. And it works great for that because it doesn't crush your sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, semi, I think, Alan.
It is yeah, the FBI has ranked them as one of the world's top gangs.
But they still allow the gathering every year, and the gathering looks like so much fun. If you go on YouTube and put in like gathering 2025, there it looks like a great time. I would just want to go to People Watch though.
Have you never been, Tully? I thought no, I wasn't hanging out with you when I went to the gathering.
No,
We'll go next year. It's up
I've
there
been to
close.
a bunch of festivals, but
Yeah, well-
never at the gathering.
Mandy's wanting to go to the gathering one time. She's like, I really want to go. I was like, do you? She's like, yeah. I was like, well,
Everybody wants to go until you're in a sea of whippets and people on hallucinogenics.
we'll go. It's fun. I mean, it was back then. I don't know how it'd be now that I'm 40 years old. But when I was like 18, 19, it was a blast.
There was I think it was last year's. They stopped at somebody's tent and they had done so many whippets. There were just cartridges laying all over the ground, like hundreds of them.
Yeah. Whew. I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun. We should go.
I would go, but I'm not camping.
No, I'm getting a hotel room. I can't camp anymore.
My body can't handle it, dude. The last time I did the music festival camping, I was there for 5 days, and I said, never again. Never again. I was so dehydrated, and because you're walking like probably 50,000 steps a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot.
Okay.
We might get some rascals.
Birthdays are good for you. Studies show that people who have the most of them live the longest.
You know, there's a conspiracy theory that birthdays are a spell to age people, and that the song is actually a ritual.
That's the reason I don't celebrate mine.
Okay, so
What do you mean, Alan? What's there to?
Fago.
Fago, yeah, Fago at the gathering. Alcohol,
moon mist, baby.
You know, Fago was the last pop that I remember that you could get for a quarter. When all the other pops were 50 cents for a can, you could still get Fago for a quarter.
I used to roll around with 3 12-packs of Fago orange in my trunk just for emergencies.
Do you have Fago where you guys live? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I can still bet.
Yep. Yep, I can too. The red ones especially, they're everywhere. I can't drink them because red dye is one of my migraine triggers.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, there are other flavors. You know, I can still get a pineapple one.
Moon Mist was definitely my favorite, I think.
I like Red Pop, man. Or the Fago Orange. Moon Mist was good. Yeah.
The grape was good too.
Yeah.
Well, see, I grew up drinking peach knee-high.
I like peach knee-high.
Yep. Because my dad wasn't a big cola drinker, but give him a grape soda or a peach knee-high and he was fine.
They didn't have that until we got older. They also didn't have squirt around here until we got older.
So alcohol doesn't solve any problems, but neither does milk.
That's true. That's actually very true. Busier than a moth mitten.
Busier than what?
A moth in a mitten. I've never heard that one before.
No, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah.
Everyone has a right to be stupid, but some abuse that privilege.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes. Very,
I'm
very
taking ICP off my mind now. While you're off here, I'm going in here and forcing Andy to watch fucking ICP videos all night.
Just watch. Listen, there's people every year that go and document the gathering. You need to watch the 2025 gathering videos because the people watching is platinum level. Like it's off the chain.
If you guys never listen to it, it's like horror rap, horror hip hop.
Okay.
Sort of.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of like talking crap about different different groups of people. Like
Boom.
they don't like hillbillies is a big one.
Boom, shock the room, chop, chop, bang. I'm too dope and ain't no thing. Blast a hillbilly in his eye. Boom, shaka, hair chunks in the sky.
Yeah. Well, and I think they had beef. They're from the same area as Eminem, and I think they had beef with him too at one point.
They did. They have a song when Slim Shady, the Chica Slim Shady, that his first song came out. They came out with a dub called Slim Anus.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're say Juggalo and I up here. We're gonna do a whole episode on Juggalos. We just need to figure out. We're gonna get it on the list.
I really want to talk to somebody from the psychopathic family if it's at all possible. We need to get somebody.
I can reach out. You have to get me some names because I want to reach out to like alternates.
All right.
They're big in a lot of places, Alan. Just because basically they offered they made disenfranchised people like back in the day, like goths and stuff. They gave them a home.
Yeah, I'd say it is very hard to get them on a podcast for sure.
Me too, Landa. But if you show up, I'll show up.
That's fine. I can get my homie Fat Cracker to pop on. Probably. I ain't talked to Fat Cracker in years, but I'll see what he's up to.
Probably not. Probably not. We can get somebody in the actual, maybe the inner circle.
All right.
I'll look into it. We're all Juggalo advocates on the show.
I love I hung out with a lot of Juggalos back in my day. They stayed at my house.
Okay. Word. What is a doodle sack? It's an old English word for bagpipes.
Oh my God.
They
That's what we
also
need.
Bigfoot hunt.
A Juggalo Bigfoot hunting video. That would go off the charts.
Oh, wow.
Dressed in the clown makeup, out there looking for Bigfoot. Who would be scared of who?
I don't know. A doodle sack.
It's nice to meet you, Crystal's husband. Come join us anytime.
Yes, absolutely.
We're just here every week having a goofball time. And we'll be back tomorrow, but not with a goofball topic. It's going to be very very depressing. And we're talking about global control.
Yeah, there's
Global
too much of that.
control.
And it's basically like a 7-point system that's currently in place that keeps us all under the thumb pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll reach out to Fat Cracker and see if he's doing anything.
I'm not talking to him, dude.
He's probably watching right now. I mean.
I'm sorry, Fat Cracker. I know we shared a lot of moments as children, but I'm not.
I wonder what Jump Study's up to now.
I'm not doing it with him either, dude. It needs to be a neutral figure.
Yeah.
I'm neutral.
Yeah.
But I doubt seriously if I'm going to go get that into it between now and then.
Digital IDs in there, Larry. We've got a lot of stuff. It's going to be just like we did with the weather manipulation episode for episode 100. If you haven't watched that, you got to go check that out. But episode 200 is literally about the whole consortium of control that's in place right now.
I forgot to send you that book, but it's like 4,000 pages, so you wouldn't have got done anyway.
I think I pretty much got it covered. I don't know if you looked at the.
I was going to say, you said something about you might update the list. Did you, or are we using the one that you sent before?
I think we're going to use that, but another topic that I want to do is something we talked about on Wednesday, which is how we got to the 8-hour workday. Because there's a very flavorful history on how we landed on an 8-hour workday. It wasn't just given to us; it was taken for us. It was like a revolt, and I would like to cover that sometime.
Hey, did you ever get my email the other night for one I wanted to talk about?
Yes,
Cool.
Me and Cecil were talking about that Wednesday.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, found it.
What he said, crystal singular in his message. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. All right. So, tomorrow night
At 8 Eastern.
8 Eastern. Global domination.
Global tyranny, domination.
200th episode.
You know, if you're on the other side of things, it's a global success. But
yeah,
calm Larry down.
No,
Larry
Stay-
needs to be more hopped up, if anything.
I'm sitting here just running through the ICP playlist in my head, so we have to wrap up.
Okay, we're done. If you're out there and you don't already follow us, give us a follow. You're about to see a commercial. If you need a Christmas present to get somebody, we have the honey that you're about to see
from 4rbs.com, the number 4, the letter
And
rbs.com.
This stuff, you know, you can use code WITF for 20% off. It's more than what you would get off.
20%.
And they also right now have a 15% off site wide. You get the 20% on top of that. Because
Okay,
when I
so you could
ordered last
stack it.
time, I got what they had on the site plus our discount.
Nice.
Yeah.
It makes for a good Christmas present. This stuff tests negative for glyphosates, which is amazing.
And it tastes fantastic.
It's unlike any honey you'll ever taste. It almost tastes like mead.
Yeah, it's got a fermented type taste.
It's got a very robust flavor to it. And honestly, the last time I was sick, I added it to teas and was eating it like just on the spoon. And I do feel like it helped me recover quicker.
I've been thinking about making some of that fire syrup. I've had several people send me recipes, and it takes honey, and I'm thinking about using that honey.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got like peppers and ginger and honey and all this other good stuff in it.
And it is for a great cause too. They do a lot of work.
They actually support hives, like bee recovery programs. So not only does it help us keep the lights on, but it's helping hives all around America.
Right, because they actually give the devices to independent honey.
Yep. They're giving the cells, the magnetic cells, to the beekeepers.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is phenomenal.
But if you don't already follow us, give us a follow. If you're on BitChute listening, and just waiting for this to end so you can leave a rage-baited comment, please come over and give us a follow on Rumble.
If you got friends you work with, be like, hey, let me see your phone for a second, and go to our shit and hit subscribe and like.
Yep.
So thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. We know it's a holiday weekend, so we do appreciate you spending some of your time with us. So
we do.
We like Weirdlanda, you know that.
So are we done?
We're done.
We're done.
Thank you all for watching us, because we're watching you.
Peace.